Barnstable will soon have more housing for adults with disabilities, and we chat with Assistant Town Manager Mark Ells about the town's efforts to combat homelessness. These stories and more on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Thursday, April 28th, 2016. I'm Sarah Mantle. A project to expand an affordable housing development geared towards adults with learning disabilities moves forward. The Zoning Board of Appeals approved the Living Independently Forever project this week. Attorney Peter Freeman talked about the plans during this week's Zoning Board of Appeals.
So, in a nutshell, as the application stated, this is an existing comprehensive permit and an existing, very successful campus between Lincoln Road Extension in Hyannis and Castlewood Circle. I'm happy and privileged to say that I've been involved with this organization, representing them since this particular campus started way back in 1992. That's when the original comprehensive permit was granted, and I think the first units were built in '94. And over the years, first through the original permit and then through a few modifications, as your staff report and my application actually stated, there was some expansion. Initially it was 16 units. We then added a few years ago with a modification 4 units, and I'll go through the plans to direct you. And I was going to, for the benefit of the public, although there is no public here, but you never know about on TV. So in any event, over the years it evolved, and there's been such a need. The basic purpose, if you're not real familiar with it, and it's hard to read on the screen, so I won't bother to scroll, but in any case, LIFE is a unique nonprofit organization and program that has been serving adults with learning and intellectual disabilities for more than 25 years. They offer a wide range of options within and outside their condominium campus, the one we're talking about in Hyannis. They also have another one in Mashpee that I've been involved in as well. They serve adults with a full range of learning disabilities, and they've been doing that for the 25 years and from 23 states and several countries. So they have services available, but the stress is on independent living. They're young adults who are actually working in the community and making contributions, and they live in the condominiums. For the local initiative program 40B aspect, the requirement is, and we are continuing with that in our request, there are 25% of the units that are affordable. So the most recent building, and maybe Steve, move to the next one, you can X out of that, and then it just says ZBA presentation. The affordable units are rental units. So there's 25% of the units are rental units, and that's the proposal for the 8 additional units. There are now 20 units on the campus. In 2014, the most recent building was completed. That's the four-unit, one-bedroom, four-unit building. All of the units are 1 bedrooms. And the proposal that we have in phases is to add at one corner of the property that's now vacant, coming off of Lincoln Road Extension, 1 4-unit building, again 1 bedrooms. And then at the other end, coming from Castlewood Circle, we are proposing the same type of building that is 4 units, 1-bedroom units, and the affordable units will be rental. The rest are condominiums. The affordable units will be rental to households, persons or households earning no more than 80% of the area median income.
The approval will allow for the addition of 8 one-bedroom condo units with 2 multifamily buildings to the existing 20 units. The complex is located at 550 Lincoln Road Extension in Hyannis. The zoning board voted unanimously to approve the project. Town officials are working to address homelessness in Hyannis. To learn more about the Committee to Assess Homelessness, Channel 18's Sarah Colvin talked with Assistant Town Manager Mark Ells.
We're talking a little bit about the Homelessness Committee today. Obviously, one of the big issues here in town. Lots of people talking about it, lots of attention being paid to that. We talked with the chair of the Homelessness Committee, Jennifer Cullum, earlier this week, and I know you serve a role on the committee as well. So first, talk to me a little bit about your role on the committee and the work that is being done so far.
Well, the role is somewhat of a new role, meaning that the town hasn't been directly involved in looking at the management of this issue. Historically, we've participated on committees such as the Cape Cod Regional Network for Homelessness. I think I've been on that for 3 or more years, probably going on 4 at this point. Main Street Initiative and other Main Street related or homeless related committee sort of work. So what we're doing differently this time is we're an active participant and looking at how we can interface with those agencies that are providing services and support to this issue, and really trying to play a coordination role to make sure that we're utilizing the resources that are out there at all levels the best that we can, communicating well, and coordinating these efforts so that they achieve the common goals that all of us have. I mean, certainly the town of Barnstable and all of the agencies that are involved are just trying to, help those who need support in varying areas, and making sure to the best of our ability that they get the types of support that they can, and then identifying the gaps where they exist so that we can help to bring more resources if necessary to address these problems. And a lot of people have kind of characterized this as a very negative environment. That hasn't been my experience. This has been one where every agency that we've reached out to has readily come to the table to talk and participate. Sometimes there's a miscommunication or a misunderstanding of roles, and I think that if there's been as far as our interaction with one another, if there's been a challenge, that's where it's been.
Absolutely, and I think it's important to bring everyone to the table. I think that with this issue, there's so much discussion, there's so much press. I think there's a lot of perceptions that people have in terms of what agencies do, what their role is, and how they're helping the problem. And I think, through this process, you're learning a little bit more and communicating that with the town council as well as the people of Barnstable.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about, obviously you've had a lot of the agencies in. Have there been any kind of gaps or immediate action that you can see that might need to be taken at this point?
Well, I think under the leadership of Councilor Cullum and the other councilors that are participating on this subcommittee, it has brought, in my opinion, to light the communication and constant communication that's needed. I think, again, all of these agencies are well-intended. They're trying to help people who need help. They have resources to bring to the table to do that. And all their resources are a little bit different. Some of them are related to food. Some of them are related to health care. Some of them are related to housing. Some of them are related to general support that one might need. So each of them bring that to the table. I think that what this committee has done well is to open the communications and to begin focusing those resources on common objectives so that we can address some of the social issues that we see going on right now.
Absolutely, and really it isn't just, I think, one facet of the population. As we talk many times about the homeless issue, there are so many different facets, everyone from, the couch surfers or the people who are kind of going from house to house or staying with family, all the way to the folks in the woods who really are the biggest at-risk population. So I think to try to find one solution for all of those populations is impossible. So it's a multitude of solutions that you need to be looking for.
It's helped us as an organization because I started by saying we really haven't played a direct role in this. That isn't correct with our police department because in reacting to these issues, our police departments played a very active role in responding when this, and so is our fire department here, certainly in Hyannis, to what results when you have some of these challenges. So but we don't want to be there. We want to be on the proactive side of this to the best of our abilities. There will always be the reaction side, but we want to minimize that and be on a side of, okay, let's focus the resources where they need to be focused and minimize this issue for all involved.
Sure. We'll be sure to tune in to our hour-long news program, Barnstable This Morning, weekdays at 8 a.m. On tomorrow's show, we'll have our weekly arts and culture segment. We'll chat with Director of Leisure Services, Patty Machado. Plus, we'll have all the news and information you need. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mannel.